Many students face tremendous amounts of stress as they walk through their academic journey, especially in their junior and senior year. But could this stress be avoidable? I interviewed some teachers and students to see whether or not core classes are really necessary as it pertains to a student's college career.
So I think the classes you take in high school, I think what they're designed to do is give you a well-rounded education. So do you absolutely have to have U.S. history? Probably not. But I think to make a well-rounded individual, I think it helps. Same thing with, it's good to know, a squared plus b squared equals c squared, just because it makes you a smarter person.
The unnecessary things still should be considered necessary because as you go from day to day, just endeavors and tasks, there are little things that you should know, whether that be in math or science or just history. It's good to know the simple facts because if you do decide to do tutoring on the side or have kids or something, it's good to have that knowledge.
Outside of a math classroom, I'm not sure that they're going to use their algebra skills in everyday life. For example, I don't think that graphing rational equations, that's something that you do hanging out with your friends.
It's good to kind of have a basis of understanding of chemistry and physics, but you don't necessarily need to take upper AP level history classes or math or science classes.
Teaching to the test, I feel like, is teaching to the end of course test. I think that happens throughout the school system because there's a lot of pressure that's put on teachers. We do have benchmarks, and so we do plan backwards. So we go look at the test and say, okay, in this section we need to make sure we hit this, this, and this, or these keywords because we know that you're going to see it on a benchmark.
Oh, absolutely. I feel like teachers teach to the test. There are some teachers that do a really good job at not teaching towards the test, but I think a bunch of our teachers, if you don't get it, they just move on.
My response is, well, what do you teach to? I mean, do you just teach to teach? I mean, in a perfect world, grades don't matter, but I've got to make sure that whatever I'm teaching, that there's some way of finding out, did the kids get it? There are certain aspects of it that we're supposed to make sure, okay, the students have to know this before they leave my class. And I think if I'm teaching that, I should test on it. I don't want to say college is the real world, but it's a little more real than high school in the fact that most professors give you one chance. Sorry, you didn't turn in your homework, that's a 0. Yeah, but no, it's a 0. But I missed the last 3 classes, I didn't know about the quiz. Well, there was the syllabus. And I think the real big disservice we do to students is we don't emphasize, you got to get your test right the first time. You don't get to retest in college.